beautiful, smart, very independent, and strong, and she compliments me in all the best ways. We were made for each other, and luckily that we've been together for so long and didn't have to search too long before we found each other's soulmates. I know that any kind of struggle we may come across, she's going to be there to help me get through it. She's just the perfect soulmate for me.
He's the best. He is my best friend, and I've gotten to grow up with him since I met him when I was 15. He's the best. He takes care of me. I just love that he loves me for me unconditionally. I'm just excited. We've already had 9 years together. I'm just excited to have 100+ years together of still growing and becoming best of friends.
I would like to thank everyone for being here today to celebrate this joyous day for Savannah and Hunter. I would also like to introduce myself. I am Dalton, Savannah's cousin, and we have been very close since the day we were born. We were born 3 months apart and have been inseparable ever since. They say that cousins are your first best friend, and that could not be truer than for me and Savannah. She was born 3 months before me, and I never let her forget that it was before me. Having done so much together, it only feels right to be able to spend this special day with her and be such an integral part. The joke about the first ceremony was that I asked her who was going to be the officiant, and she said, well, I want someone that I know and not a stranger. Jokingly, I said, well, I'd be more than happy to do it for you. I thought I was joking when I said that. She clearly did not. A few months goes by without hearing anything of it, and we are celebrating Maddie and Justin's engagement when she mentions to someone that I would be doing this today. It was a surprise to me, but I was super excited. At that point started the mad dash of figuring out how to do a wedding, what I needed to do. I became a notary for today, and Savannah made sure I didn't miss any deadlines as she asked me multiple times a week until the notary certificate came in. I would like to say that I'm so excited for the two of you, and I'm so happy I can be up here today. Marriage. Marriage is something that most of us strive to find with someone that we love, the way that you love Hunter, and Hunter, you love Savannah. It's something that, coming from a big family, I think Savannah has always wanted. Today, it is very important for Savannah to realize that this is going to be the rest of her life, and I don't think she could have made a better choice. Today, Savannah and Hunter begin their own family, one that hopefully will branch out with many children, a lot. And I can honestly say that the love that I've witnessed between the two of these two is unmatched by anyone else. But marriage is not always easy. There are ups and downs and trials and tribulations that these two will have to go through. Philippians 4:6 tells us, don't worry about anything. Instead, pray about everything. Tell God what you need and thank Him for all He has done. If Savannah and Hunter live by those words, they will most certainly make it for forever. They have great role models to model their marriage after. Savannah's parents, David and Misty, have been married for 26 years and have been a shining example for Savannah as to what a marriage should look like. Hunter's parents, Jim and Cynthia, have been married for 38 years, another amazing example of what a marriage should look like. But like I mentioned, there will be ups and downs. It may be Hunter's inability to take something serious in a very serious moment. It could be that Savannah spends too much money on a pair of shoes after Hunter has asked her not to. But again, if you live by these words, I think the two of you, with the love that you share, will be able to get through anything. So now I'd like to tell a few stories about Savannah and Hunter together. As I mentioned earlier, me and Savannah have been very close for a long time. We have been in each other's lives for many different phases. Was it preschool, we started together, and then she transferred, and I don't think I was very happy with that. And then it was middle schools and high school graduations and boyfriends and college graduations, and now today, a wedding. Savannah did not bring many boyfriends home when she was in high school. She used to say, and so did her sister Maddie, she just didn't have time. It was softball and school. I never thought that Savannah would bring home a serious boyfriend until she brought home Hunter. Preparing for today, I tried my hardest to remember the time that I first met Hunter. I like to think I have a good memory, but it was not working the last few months. I could not think of the first time I met him. I remember the first cookout he came to at the house. I remember going to hockey games when he came out stinky and sweaty. But I knew none of those were the first time. But then it occurred to me, I think I know why. From the minute that Hunter joined this family and Savannah brought him home, it was like he was family. It just fit. It was no the first time, we'll see if this works. It was just, this is Hunter, and this is who Savannah's going to marry. It's been 9 years, but I think from day one, we knew that it was a high likelihood, even against all the odds, that they would end up here today. And then there was the first trip that Hunter went on with us. We were going to one of Maddie's softball tournaments down near Miami. It was a 10-hour drive, and we had to be up early to get on the road. I'm sure some of you know that Hunter is not very punctual. We're doing very good that we got him out here at 5 o'clock today. So the night before, we required him to stay at the house so that we would not be late to get on the road. Then we piled into the car, 3 rows of seating, with me and Maddie in the back seat and Hunter and Savannah in the far back. For 10 hours, we drove and listened to Savannah and Hunter giggle like little children at only God knows what. For 10 hours. As you can imagine, I was annoyed. I was giving Maddie side glances thinking, how are we going to make it through a long weekend? But that was just an example of Hunter's childlike attitude when things weren't important. He could just enjoy the moment. And that's a quality he still has to this day. And then when we got to the hotel down in Miami, it was a little smaller than we originally thought. So we had to find a place for everybody to sleep. And Hunter drew the short straw. There was a rather big windowsill in this bedroom. So we put sheets and a pillow on it, and Hunter climbed on up. And he slept. Or he tried. I don't know how much sleeping he did. But he was a true sport. He did it for 3 or 4 nights and spent countless hours at the ball field the next day and never complained. It's just an example of the go-with-the-flow personality that Hunter has that makes him so easy to get along with. Thank goodness he'll need it with Savannah. I truly could not pick a better guy for Savannah. Hunter has been there through many things for her, and no one else could have done the job that Hunter has done. And it's my pleasure today to be up here. And we know Hunter must be a tough guy if he's able to put up with Savannah when she's being Savannah. Again, I want to reiterate that there is no better guy for Savannah than Hunter. At this time, it's time to see who has better listening skills as the bride and groom repeat their vows that they wrote themselves. Can you face each other? Take each other's hand. Hunter, repeat after me. I, Hunter.
I, Hunter.
Promise to encourage and inspire you.
Promise to encourage and inspire you.
To learn and grow alongside you.
To learn and grow alongside you.
To explore and adventure with you.
To learn and
No, to explore and adventure with you,
to explore and adventure with you,
to laugh with you,
to laugh with you,
and to comfort you in times of sorrow and struggle.
and to comfort you in times of sorrow and struggle.
I will celebrate the joys of life with you.
I will celebrate the joys of life with you.
I promise to support your dreams
I promise to support your dreams
and walk beside you, offering courage
and walk beside you, offering courage
and strength through all endeavors.
and strength through all endeavors.
These things I give to you today
These things I give to you today
and for the rest of our
and
lives.
for the rest of our lives.
And do you, Hunter, take Savannah to be your wife?
I do.
Savannah, repeat after me. I, Savannah,
I, Savannah,
promise to encourage and inspire you,
promise to encourage and inspire you,
to learn and grow alongside you,
to learn and grow alongside you,
to explore and adventure with you,
to explore and adventure with you,
to laugh with you,
to laugh with you,
and to comfort you in times of sorrow and struggle.
to comfort you in times of
Sorrow and struggle.
sorrow and struggle.
It's a hard one.
I will celebrate the joys of life with you.
I will celebrate the joys of life with you.
I promise to support your
I
dreams
promise to support your dreams
and walk beside you, offering courage
and walk beside you, offering courage
and strength through all endeavors.
and strength through all endeavors.
These things I give to you today
These things I give to you today
and for the rest of our
and
lives.
for the rest of our lives.
And now, Savannah, do you take Hunter to be your husband?
I do.
So now we're going to do the rings. So the ring is an unbroken circle to represent the never-ending love between the two that are up here today. And that is truly what Savannah and Hunter have. A never-ending love that can never be broken. Romans 12:10 tells us, "Be devoted to one another in love. Honor one another above yourselves." And Ephesians 4:32 tells us, "Be kind to each other, tender-hearted, forgiving one another, just as God through Christ has forgiven you." If you live by those words, I believe that your love will be never-ending. You ready? Go. All right. All right. And repeat after me. With this ring,
With this ring, I, Hunter, take you, Savannah, to be my wife,
to have and to hold
to have and to hold
from this day forward,
from this day forward,
for better or for
for
worse,
better and for worse,
for richer or for poorer,
for richer and for poorer,
in sickness and in health,
in sickness and in health,
till death do us part.
till death do us part.
This is my solemn vow.
This is my solemn vow.
With this ring,
With this ring,
I, Savannah,
I, Savannah,
take you, Hunter,
take you, Hunter,
to be my husband,
to be my husband,
to have and to hold
to have and to hold
from this day forward,
from this day forward,
for better or for worse,
for better or for worse,
for richer or for poorer,
for richer or for poorer,
in sickness and in health,
in sickness and in health,
till death do us part.
till death do us part.
This is my solemn vow.
This is my solemn vow.
So now I just have a few words in closing. For the last 9 years, the two of you have called each other boyfriend and girlfriend. A little over a year ago, you had to get used to a different term, fiancé. Today, your term is changing for one another once again, but this time for good. Today you have joined in this marriage, uniting the two of you forever. I would ask that you always cherish and respect one another. Be able to forgive, don't hold grudges, and embrace the give and take that is marriage. Be each other's home and refuge, and allow your marriage to be strengthened by your love. Like Matthew 19:6 tells us, "So they are no longer two, but of one flesh. Therefore, what God has joined, let no one separate." I truly believe these words, and I think that no one will ever be able to separate Savannah and Hunter. And so at this time, it's my pleasure to say, by the power vested in me, by the state of South Carolina, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss your bride. Okay. All right. I now give to you Dr. and Mrs. Hunter Matthew Kennis.
Mrs. Mrs. Hunter Kennis.
In arms, we're still together, still going strong. You're still the one I run to, the one that I belong to. You're still the one I want for life. You're still the one that I love, the only one I dream of. You're still the one I kiss goodnight. Ain't nothing better.
We're sure to be the first of a lifetime of dances, Hunter and Savannah Kennis.
Wonderful, and isn't she precious? Less than 1 minute on, and I never thought through love we'd be making one as lovely as she. But isn't she lovely, made from love? And isn't she pretty? Truly the angel's best. And boy, I'm so happy. We have been heaven blessed, and I can't believe what God has done. Through us, He's given life to one. But isn't she lovely, made from love?
I hope you never lose your sense of wonder. You get your fill to eat, but always keep that hunger. May you never take one single breath for granted. God forbid love ever leave you empty-handed. I hope you still feel small when you stand beside the ocean. Whenever one door closes, I hope one more opens. Promise me that you'll give faith a fighting chance. And when you get the choice to sit it out or dance, I hope you dance. I hope you dance. I hope you never feel those mountains in the distance. Never settle for the path of least resistance. Living might mean taking chances, but they're worth taking.
Cynthia.
I no longer live in the same zip code. She's still the first person I call with good news or bad. Honestly, don't know what I would do without her. When I was little, I would cry myself to sleep because I had this very strange fear that somebody was going to break into our house and kidnap me. So every night, Savannah would rub my back until I fell asleep, and she would say, "It's okay, Maddie, I'm right here." Fast forward to high school, I had my first heartbreak. And when you get your heart broken as a teenager, that you think it's the end of the world. I'll never forget, Savannah went to the pet store, bought me a fish bowl with 2 little fish in it. She typed up this cute little note with 2 little pictures of fish on it and said, "There's other fish in the sea," and she put it on my nightstand. When I got home, she came in my room and I started to cry. And again, she said, "It's okay, Maddie, I'm right here." Fast forward to college and we lost our childhood dog. To some, they may seem like a small bump in the road, but to us, he was like our brother. I remember when I got the call from my mom, I just dropped to the ground. I was alone. Instantly, I get another call. It was Savannah. And even though I could hear the pain in her voice, she asked me if I was okay first. I told her no, and again she said, "It's okay, Maddie, I'm right here." And she was. She was always there. She was always there even when she wasn't. But today I got to be here for you. I got to stand by your side as you married your best friend. And I couldn't have picked a better man to compliment my sister. I know that she will always be laughing and always be treated like she deserves to be because she has you, Hunter. I see so much of our Father in you, and that is truly the best compliment that I could give you. So let's raise a glass to my sister and new brother. Congratulations, Savannah and Hunter. And may you always remember the love that you feel today.
I've been around for his entire life. When I was little, I would beg my parents for a younger sibling. I wanted someone to laugh with, play with, have as a best friend, blame things on. And that's just what I got with Hunter. I've been able to watch him grow up from the time he was a baby, through his school years, undergrad and dental school. I've seen him evolve into the kind, hardworking, and impressive man that he is today. Hunter and I have shared many of the same experiences, but because of our age gap, we never quite... Being the older brother, I'd like to think that I've been a good role model for Hunter. In our early years, though, I'm not sure my mom and dad at all. From messing around in church, flicking toothpicks into the crowd, putting a little too much rough in roughhousing. So many times, our mom would warn us, stop, someone's gonna get hurt. And that's what continued to happen to the point where by the time Hunter was 4, he was sporting a toothless smile from all the teeth that had been knocked out. But maybe that was one of the first sparks that led him to go into dentistry.
Just go with it.
Now to Savannah. The Fast Pass was a one-time only use. Not again, James. To seeing you graduate high school, then College of Charleston, watching you and Hunter grow up as a couple and became such best friends, starting that one night downtown at Stars. And I look forward to all the memories we have ahead of us. Savannah, you've been part of our family for many years now, and I'm excited that today it finally becomes official. It's been so much fun to watch you two grow up together, and I wish you both a lifetime of health and happiness. Now let's raise a glass to the new Dr. and Hunter Kennises.
Sources of learning something, I either Google it or ask Hunter. and Hunter is kind of tied up right now, so I went with Google. So, alright, Hunter? I know, you started me asking questions. So, after I Googled it, and I wanted to make sure I wrote everything down, make sure I didn't miss anything, so I do have a few notes. This is not my speech. Apparently it's the bill. And I sure hope this includes Maddie's also. Jim and Cynthia, you guys, I want to thank you for everything you've done for Savannah. I know it's Hunter's girlfriend. You've always treated her like a daughter. I'm very thankful for that. I know Savannah appreciates it too. Savannah. Or yeah, or Savvy as we like to call you. It's hard to believe you're 25 years. When you became an adult, you were the last one to leave the house after graduating from high school, and you decided to go to college locally and stay at home. I remember I was glad she was still at home because I wasn't sure I was ready for an empty nest. Even though I knew one day she would leave. Me and Savannah got to work together on a couple different occasions. Once we both worked at a golf course, and I would go in there and work all day, and I'd come home with 50, 60 bucks of tips, and I thought that was pretty good. And Savannah would come in for like 2 hours, and she'd make a couple $100. Not sure how that works, but it worked pretty good for her. But it was awesome to have people come up to you and say, what a great kid you have, what an awesome child, which you already know, but it always feels good to have somebody else tell you that. Then, for those, Savannah, if you don't know her, she likes clothes, and she likes shoes in no particular order. And, so she would be like, I need another outfit, I need another pair of shoes, and I'm like, man, the closet's full. I drowned rats when we got done, but the good part was on the way home, we stopped at Starbucks, and we also stopped and got some Victory pizza, so it wasn't all bad of a day. Hunter, I really don't remember the first time I met you either.
And I'm like, I don't think so. Not gonna happen. And Maddie's like, Dad, it's okay. He's a good kid. I'm like, I don't know. But then once you meet Hunter, you understand he is a good kid. So they say that, your daughter might pick somebody that's like you, and I see some similarities. We both had landscape companies. We both like trucks. We both like Savannah. I get it. But then, Hunter being Hunter has to outdo you. He's gonna, I went to school for 12 years. I thought that was pretty good, but he's on like 24 now. He got me on that one, that's for sure. So, went swimming and they called the cops, and I guess they didn't realize they had cameras to see that stuff. And so they got a ban for life apparently from the Whitehall pool. So if you live in Whitehall, you'll never see them there. And I remember coming home telling Mitch, they go, if that's the worst thing she ever does, I'm good. That is the worst thing I did, right?
That you know.
So I'm supposed to give you some wisdom, so I got 3 things for you. Talk to God every day. Never go to bed mad. And no matter what happens or what you guys go through, if you stick together, you definitely can make it. Hunter? One last thing for Hunter. I don't know if you remember whenever you and Sam were dating or talking or whatever that means. Still haven't figured that part out. I would say, when you come and pick her up, especially if you're driving a Jeep, because everybody knows Jeeps flip over, I would say, be careful, you got precious cargo. And I feel sure that you're going to take care of that precious cargo, and we couldn't ask for a better person to marry a daughter. Love you, and cheers.